Thanks a lot. I wanted to ask you about the statement that you made right at the top, talking about the need for an assault weapons ban. This is probably the best time in terms of moving that type of legislation forward during the lame duck session, given that Republicans will take over the House in January. So what is the administration doing to move this forward during this limited window that you have right now to move that legislation forward?
So look, you know, the president has always been very clear when it comes to the assault ban weapons, or ban on assault weapons, which is we have something that we have to get done, and it's a priority to him, and it has been. He was a leader on that issue, on getting that legislation done 30 years ago. Under his administration, we were able to get the bipartisan gun reform legislation done just a couple of months ago. And this is something that's going to continue to be important to him. I'm not going to, I think we've talked a little bit about the priorities of the lame duck, but you know, he wants to have conversations with Democratic and Republican leaders in the House and the Senate, you know, and to talk about what that lame duck, that priorities is going to look like. But when it comes to, again, when it comes to banning assault weapons, this is something that is personal to him. This is something that an issue that he's worked on for so long, and we don't think it should have happened months ago. It should have happened years ago. You know, we should have communities that are safe for our kids. We should have communities that are safe for families. We should have communities that are safe for Americans across the country. But I'm not going to get into specifics of priorities.
Do you see it in the same way that there is this narrow window to move this legislation forward right now?
Say that one more time.
Do you see it in the same way, that you have this narrow window during the lame duck session to move this legislation forward?
This particular legislation, you're talking about the ban on assault weapons? Look, I just said we haven't laid out our priorities just yet. We're going to have conversations with Democratic and Republican leadership in both the House and the Senate to talk about what the priorities are going to be for the next couple of weeks. But clearly, this legislation is important to the president. He has talked about this many times. He put it out in a statement most recently after the horrific events that we saw at Club Q, and he's going to continue to speak to it.